You don't want to blink, guys, because if you blink while you're putting it on, you might as well call it a day. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. As you already know, this is where you're going to find everything to do with beauty, from tutorials to product reviews. Now this video is all about how to apply eyeliner in the correct way for beginners, because I see so many people struggling with eyeliner application, and I really wanted to just give you guys a way to just make it super easy for you guys and break it down so that you guys can be complete pros at your own eyeliner application. Before we get into the video, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell button so that you never miss a video. You can also find me on Instagram, where you can follow me for daily beauty news and PR unboxing on my stories. Now let's get straight into the video. Okay, so I wanted to make it super easy for you guys to follow this. So we're gonna have a beginning, middle, and end. Now, I'm gonna explain that in a moment, but first off, I'm gonna be using a generic brush tip liquid eyeliner pen. I'm using the SEPHORA one, and I really personally love the brush tip for this easy application of eyeliner, because I feel like the brush tip kind of molds against your skin really well. If you're using a felt tip, the problem with that is the tip is hard, so it's not really kind of gliding along the skin. It's kind of like dragging your skin as you're trying to move the pen along, if you see what I mean. So we're going to use this one, and like I said, we're going to have a beginning, middle, and end. Now the beginning is this section here, the middle is almost all the way to the end of the lash line, and then the end is going to be our flick. So we're going to break it down, and that's what's going to make it really easy for you guys to follow. So what we're going to do, we're going to get a mirror, we're going to hold it kind of very close to our face, but a little bit lower, because we want to kind of like look down a little bit, and that way you've kind of like created all this space. Whereas when you're kind of like looking straight ahead, you can do it like that if you find it easy, but personally I feel like if you want to really kind of like give yourself that extra space, plus if you have hooded eyes, which maybe I'll do a separate video on for hooded eyes, because it's a slightly different kind of method of application, but this is just a general how to apply eyeliner. Now we're going to use the side of the brush, we're not using the tip. I feel like when most people seem to struggle with eyeliner application, it's because one, they're using the wrong part of the brush. Number two is because they are kind of going way too freehand. Now we obviously this is freehand, I've been doing it for so many years as a makeup artist, so I'm used to it, but this video is for anyone who kind of really struggles with eyeliner application. That's why I'm making it super easy and basic for you to understand. So we're going to use the side of the brush, like I said, we're going to like press it along the lash line so that it's going to glide along and you're not kind of drawing with the tip, which is so fine. Now secondly, we're going to rest our hand or fingers against the face. If you feel like you're going to ruin your makeup, then I suggest doing your eyeliner first and then finishing off with your foundation. Let's start. So we're gonna, can you see I'm using these fingers to really press against my face. If you want to kind of not ruin your makeup and you also want to put your foundation on first, you can use a sponge like this and it just rests against your face. I had to check that I didn't have any powder on there. It just kind of like rests against, so you're not leaving like fingerprints or anything. I'm just going to go without the sponge because I'm used to it. So we're going to start from the beginning. Like I said, this is a beginning, then we've got the middle and then the flick. So we're going to start with the beginning. I'm resting my fingers against my face. That gives me balance. It gives me that steady hand. And also what I'm doing then is I'm literally just moving my hand along, and I'm moving the hand along with the brush. I'm going to start from the inner corner here. And you can see I'm using the flat part of the brush, not the tip. Okay, going very close to my lash line. As you can see, we've gone along the front. The beginning is done. Now we're going to do the middle. So you can see I'm still keeping my hand like this. Obviously, you don't want to blink, guys, because if you blink while you're putting it on, you might as well call it a day. So the trick is, if you feel like you don't, it's really good, don't try and keep your eyes open and then struggle that whole time. Just do it. If you feel like you're going to blink, stop. That's the whole point of breaking it down. And eventually you'll get so used to it that you don't even need to break it down. So I'm going to do the middle. The middle for me is up until not all the way to the end of the lash line, but kind of close to it. So now I feel I've got a good kind of nice eyeliner along the lash line. Now, obviously you want to keep it thinner here, and we've gone slightly thicker here. I haven't kind of, how can I put this? You naturally will end up going a little bit thicker here. keep it, just focus on getting it super close to the lash line on the inner corner, like the inner part of the lash line, and glide across here. It will naturally look slightly thicker there, so don't worry about trying to keep the width the same all the way across, because it looks better when it goes slightly thicker at the end anyway. Now we're going to do the end. Now before we take it, we're not going to carry on from where we left off. We're going to skip and just go to the bottom part of the flick. Now, this part is tricky, I think, for most people because they kind of don't know which direction they want that flick to go. It does take time. You've just got to kind of, it's trial and error. You've got to try it a few times, and then eventually you'll kind of figure out, oh, hold on a minute, like that third time I tried my flick, maybe take out just like, you know, an hour or so just to keep doing your eyeliner. Trust me, you will get used to it. I've taught so many people, you will get used to it. You'll get the hang of it. It's honestly really easy once you practice. So I would suggest starting from the bottom part. So I know what direction I want my flick to go. And when I say spend an hour doing it, by the way, I don't mean spend an hour doing the entire thing. Just spend an hour or so, or half an hour, just kind of doing that flick. Overnight, just wipe it off, flick, wipe it off, flick, and you'll get the gist of it. You'll figure out what direction your flick looks good. So what we're going to do, this time we're going to look directly ahead, straight into the mirror. I'm going to lower mine a little bit so you guys can see, but this is where you want to look straight ahead. You don't want to have, like, don't raise your brows or anything, because you want to really have a normal straight face, because that's how you look normally. If you raise your brows and do your flick, you're not going to walk around raising your brows. So we're going to just get our flick right. Now, I know mine needs to be a little bit higher. When I say higher, I mean it shouldn't, bottom part of the flick shouldn't be lower than my lash line, my upper lash line. So I'm going to just draw a very faint line. And I'm actually not going to make this as long as I want it, because I can lengthen it after. I've got a slight creasing here and here, they're slightly hooded, so I'm going over that crease. Okay, that's a really small line there, but it's in the right direction. That's the bottom part of my flick. The reason for doing this is because if you just start from where you left off and start doing your flick, you don't know where it's going to end up, and you can't control how low you go. So what we're going to do is, I've done my lower part, so now I know it's not going to go beneath that. I know it's going to stay in that direction. I know now I just need to do the top part and connect it and then fill it in. So the top part, I want it to kind of nicely, I don't like that dip in my eyeliner, so I want it to kind of like look like it's just flowing nicely. So now I'm going to do the top part. Okay, look straight ahead. Okay, there's a slight dip. Thought I was going to sneeze. There's a slight dip, we can fill it in, right? But we've done that kind of line there, right? Now I'm going to fill it in. Don't make it any bigger. Don't worry if you need to sort it out. This to me is a bit too like that. So I'm going to just kind of fill in this kind of dip a little bit. That's up to you. Maybe on your eyes, you will like this dip and it will suit you and it will complement your eye shape. That's great, you're done. That was it, it's done. And you can kind of elongate the flick a little bit if you want to, either with the brush, or what I like to do sometimes, it depends on the eyeliner you use, like this dries pretty quick, or you can just get like a Q-tip, which is and really kind of like thin out the end of the Q-tip and then just clean it underneath. Or I just sometimes just use my nail and I literally just drag it so it looks like it's faded. See what I mean? Okay, so that dip, I want to fill it in a little bit. Yep, I like that. And it's long enough. So that is literally it. Obviously, I'm going to put some lashes on because I want you to see what it looks like with the finished look. And I'm going to go ahead and do the other side. I'm not going to talk through this because I want you to just watch me. You know what I said. We're going to do beginning, middle, and end. Now, one thing I want to add. When you're doing the other side, if you're right-handed like me, you obviously you want to just get kind of, I like just kind of cross over, and then you're resting your fingers on your face again. So, you know, you've got that nice kind of balance there. Okay, beginning is done. Now it's the middle. Now we're going to do the flick. Now this is where you want to make sure you look at the other side to make sure you get it equal, symmetrical, I mean. So I keep my eyes are literally going back and forth, and I'm going to make sure I draw that line in more or less the same direction. Okay, I think we've got that. Now the top part. Now we're going to fill this in. Okay, I like the direction. Now we're going to actually fill in that dip. So that is it. The eyeliner is done, and it's as easy as that. And I know some of you might say, oh, you make it look easy, but honestly, once you keep practicing, you're going to get the hang of it. Seriously, try out what I said earlier. Spend 15-20 minutes just doing your flick over and over and over again. Break everything down. And that's how I teach my classes when I'm doing one-to-one training sessions or group training sessions. I always break everything down. It's very overwhelming when you imagine doing doing a whole eyeliner look, or doing applying lashes or anything like that. So break it down, and it makes it so much easier, because once you understand how to do that first section, the middle section, and the last section, then you'll be able to do it literally within minutes. It will be so easy, and I would love to hear from you if you try it and I've made your life easier and you've managed to kind of create that look that you've always wanted to create. So let me know in the comments below. Now, very quickly, I'm going to apply my lashes, and I want you to see what this looks like with the lashes on. Give me a second. I'm just going to pop some glue on my eyelashes. Now, while the glue is drying, I'm going to apply my Charlotte Tilbury Push-Up Lashes Mascara, and I'm using the thin side because the thick side gives it loads of volume, and I kind of just want, they don't really market it that way, I don't think so, but I've just realised that the thinner side gives me really easy separated lashes. So now that my glue is kind of on, I'm going to get my tweezers, which I can't. Oh, here they are. And I'm just going to apply my lashes, and I'm using my brand lashes as always, and details of all of this will be in the description box below. Now I'm going to apply my lashes. I'm just going to sit them on my lash line. I always put it in the middle, and then I kind of move them around if I need to. Now with this eyeliner look, I feel like you can be very kind of you can experiment with your lash placement. I personally like applying it here, close to the lashes, and then the ends I kind of apply on my lash line. I don't like it being too low, so I kind of like lift the end a little bit. Okay, so lashes are on, and I'm just going to apply a little bit of mascara just underneath, just touching my actual real lashes there, and I just squeeze it together. And basically what that does is it stops there being any visible separation between your real lashes and your false lashes. And now I'm just going to apply some of this mascara to my lower lashes. Again, I'm using the thin side. And I really like this look because I feel like it's just easy. Trust me, it will be easy for you. And it's just a really classic look. And that's how I apply eyeliner in a quick and easy way. So there you go, guys. That's how you apply eyeliner in the correct way. And I am really excited to hear from you guys and see how this technique works for you. If you have any questions, don't forget to let me know in the comments below, because I always read and reply. As always, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit that bell button so that you never miss a video. Until the next video, take care, and I'll see you guys soon.